My advice to the salon industry, whether you're a salon owner, a hairstylist, you're in beauty school, this is going to be my honest opinion about where I think the industry stands, what's going on. So I really hope that this reaches the professional audience of, whether you're a barber, a hairstylist, a cosmetology student, owner, whatever. That is my target. You are my target for today's video, and I really want to get this message out. So I'm in my studio, the Salon Guy Studios, and I've been a hairdresser for literally, I don't even know, 25, 26 years. I can't even remember. I got into the business when I was right out of high school. I had graduated high school, had no idea what I wanted to do. I was actually giving my friends haircuts. I was doing nothing but mushroom undercuts, and I really was unaware of the industry. Funny story about how I got into the industry. I had a crush on a girl who worked at a hair salon, and she worked in a salon in a strip mall, and every time I would walk by, because there was a pizzeria, a deli, it was down the street from my house, I'd always just walk there. I would see her from a distance. I was like, that girl's pretty hot. And back then it wasn't considered stalking. So anyway, I said, I want to meet that girl. I want a job. I went in, got enough courage. I wanted to just meet her and work there. And I realized she was twice my age. And I was like, okay, this is what am I thinking? But she said, are you an assistant? What are you, a hairstylist? I go, no, I just graduated high school. I need a job. I want to take the trash out. I don't really care. I just need a job, So they took me in and I was an assistant. I had no idea what that even meant back then. And then it was a little uncomfortable for me because I was not used to working with hair and, at least in that level or in a professional environment. So they were training me how to wash hair and this and that. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is a joke. And I was also DJing. I was a big nightclub DJ in New York City at the time. So I was more focused on partying than I was my professional career. I was so young, Well, fast forward, I had learned that you can go to school. I was shared some insight about the industry, and people were saying it's a great industry. So I went to cosmetology school for 2 years. I worked at a salon, I believe that same salon for a short period of time while I was in school in the morning. And then that's how my career started. I was lucky enough to find a mentor. I was working as an educator, teaching hairstylists all over the country, whatever, for L'Oreal when I was very, very young. I think I was 20 or 21 years old. And I was very, very fortunate, very lucky to have found a mentor. Went on for a nice career with that between working in a salon and being an educator. And then I had left the industry, went into something completely different. I was a firefighter, then I went to law enforcement, and I did about 6.5 years of law enforcement, and after 9/11 is when I got out, and I said, you know what, I want to go back to being a hairdresser, doing something I really know, I'm passionate about. I said, I just don't want to put my life at risk anymore. So I went to a salon, and the guy said to me, what have you been doing the last 5-6 years? I told him, and he was like, well, that's unique. I said, but I was a hairstylist for quite some time. He goes, were you any good? I said, I used to be pretty good, but I'm a little rusty. So I got back in, was a little rusty, and then I was fortunate enough to get back on track. Then I became an educator for Paul Mitchell, which was an amazing experience. So between being an educator, between going to dozens and dozens of hair shows, between competing in hair shows and winning awards and things, and traveling overseas. I went to Vidal Sassoon in London to learn and advance my skills. And the list goes on and on of things that I've done in the industry. 11 years ago, my mother, who adopted me, had passed away. And I said, I want to do something in her memory. What do I do? And I want to take my passion for the industry and also my love for media and the internet and being creative, and I was like, this is something I want to try out. I don't know what let me just make a vlog. I guess I was a vlogger. I had no idea what that even was back then. Facebook had just started. I started a Facebook page. My friends were like, hey man, you're up to 15 likes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And then I started putting out videos, and I said, if I can inspire one person on the internet, then I'm onto something. And then, a few people were like, Steven, your videos are so good, because I was doing inspirational stuff. I wasn't even doing haircut tutorials. I was just posting videos of like how to be a better receptionist or how to give great customer service, how to find the right salon to work in, all these. And then people were like, do you do hair? I was like, of course I do hair. People want to watch me do hair on the internet. This was like I said, about 11 years ago. And I was like one of the first people in our industry to start putting out hair content on YouTube and to create a consistent brand based around that, and also to do the unique types of content that I've done over the years. So I saw, then I started looking around and doing tutorials, and I bought a camera, and I found a mentor, someone named Gary Vaynerchuk, who you may know. I read his book, Crush It, and then over the years connected with him, and he really helped me. And I just never gave up, and I said, I'm the salon guy. And I shifted it from going onto YouTube and then becoming a media personality. And I said, I want to be the Ryan Seacrest of the salon industry. That's when I started interviewing celebrities, going to major red carpet events and being on TV and all these things kind of piling up and just building the brand. And then I said, let me start my own product line. So the reason I'm telling you this story, and also I forgot, I'm an author too. I have a book called Brand You, which you can buy on Amazon. It's literally my life story. It's all about how to turn your brand, how to turn yourself into a brand, right? Brand You. It's really a pretty good book. It took me 4 years or so to write it, and it's on Amazon. So I said, what can I do really to go to the next level? Started a product line, built up my YouTube channel, and the key to all of this, before I start to dive into the industry, and I'm just setting up some context for the video so you get to know who I am if you've never seen me before. I said to myself, I want to create something that's going to be memorable, and, what do I do, right? Like, the YouTube channel was growing, the products were growing, and things started to just shift. And I've been very, very fortunate, even during a pandemic, because of me building up an e-commerce business and not having to rely on clients, which I'll talk about in a minute. I'm at the best stage financially and also just professionally in my life right now during a pandemic. Now let's start to get into the industry stuff. So there was a period where I started to do less and less clients, right? I was like, I don't want to do as many. It's 12 a day, 15 a day. I'm working 3 days a week. I don't want to do it anymore. It's just too much. I had a bad back injury, which I still have. That's not going anywhere. I said, maybe I want to start shifting into different aspects of the salon industry, which I was already doing. But I'm like, how can I do that and see less clients? And I said, I want to work 3 days a week instead of 4 days a week. And I remember I had asked another mentor of mine, it was like the scariest thing ever. I said, I want to cut down a day and focus more on my business stuff. And I'm afraid to do it. And he goes, he told me a couple of stories here and there, and he said the only way to do it is to do it. Don't be afraid. Some of the biggest accomplishments were done by just taking chances and not giving up and having faith and believing. And I did it, and slowly but surely, things started to pan out. I had a bad back injury, which I couldn't even work for like a period of almost a year in the salon. It was really bad, and that actually, it was a blessing and a curse. It really was a disaster on my back and my neck, but it also helped me to focus on what's more important and what am I most passionate about, and that is my brand, The Salon Guy. I just want you to understand the process. It has been a nonstop grind, 6, sometimes 7 days a week, working, nonstop, whether it's creating video content, in the beginning, going out to events, filming, it just never ended. And the amount of sweat equity I put into my business before even making money, I spent the first 3 or 4 years not even knowing how to make money, right, off of The Salon Guy. And then over time, I started to really understand the internet more and social media and what I had to offer. And I just kept focusing on that, not clients, focusing on the bigger picture. So today, because of social media, because of my YouTube channel, this right here, and the 1,500 plus videos I have on my channel of me doing hair tutorials or interviews and this and that, I literally get at least a dozen people a week that want me to cut their hair. But they want me to fly to them, they want to fly to me, they want to come in wherever they're from. I'm very humbled and very honored and blessed that happens. I'm not even taking new clients. I'm literally getting requests for clients, and I'm not even wanting to take new clients. And I charge $150 for a haircut. I could probably charge $300 for a haircut and have a line out the door. And that's not being egotistical. That's just literally based off of pure facts from my YouTube channel and how I've grown. I know that. I want to see less clients now. I still have a very small clientele that I maintain. I am doing a few, celebrities here and there and athletes and things. So, it's not like I don't want to do average person. I mean, it's just that time-wise, financially, it's not worth it for me at this stage to make such a small amount of money by doing a few clients here and there, where the big picture is where I'm trying to make, X compared to X, and it's just not balancing out. And I love doing hair. I love seeing my clients. It's like my social life, to be honest with you. But the pandemic has got me a little bit scared. So, I'm wearing the mask when I have to cut hair, and I'm having them wear masks, and it's just not the same experience, and it really is taken away from the client experience. So if you are in the industry and, or you're just getting into the industry, and I know what you're going through, there's a lot of challenges going on right now, a ton of challenges. My advice is, if you're looking to get into the industry, like you want to go to cosmetology school, I don't want to discourage you, but salons are shutting down left and right. They're at half the capacity, half the earnings. There's still money to be made. You could still be a successful hairstylist, but it depends on the work environment. Are you going to be comfortable working in a mask all day? I can barely breathe in those masks, but I still wear them, and it's just like once or twice a day, if I'm doing a client. And are you comfortable wearing the face shield or having a divider or being so... It's just, the experience is so different. And I feel like it just takes away from what you can be doing. Unless you maybe follow my lead in some aspect of maybe building an online brand for yourself, start to put a YouTube channel together, start to build content. It's really tough, man. I'll be honest with you, it's really tough. I'm just very, very fortunate that I've been able to sustain through all this and build and grow. If you are in the industry, stick it out. Things will turn around. And I feel that, you can be more creative. Maybe an option is to venture out and open up a salon suite, something for yourself where you're literally just paying rent and you're building up a solo clientele, one person at a time. And you maybe start to build your own brand through social media that will get you more clients, right? You can start to charge a higher price. If there's anything I would suggest, it's literally that. Like, if you're tired of working in a salon, you don't want to be around 18 people, you hate the boss, you hate where you work, all this stuff, start to think about what options are out there that you can build on your own as you as an individual. There's so many people now in this business who are, becoming entrepreneurs, who are very smart, very talented, want to branch out. They're all about social media. Well, now is the time. Now is the time to really focus on what's going to be best for you as a professional, as an individual. Where is your passion? Where's your heart at? Where are you financially? I know things are really tough financially. I know it's really a nightmare. It's horrible. I can't do anything about that. And unfortunately, you just got to have faith. You got to pray. You got to stay strong and realize that you can come out on top. The lowest of your lows will determine the height of your success. So for as low as you go, that means you'll get that much higher if you don't give up and you keep pushing through. I'm telling you right now, because I've done it. I've been there. I didn't have a friend who invested in me. I don't have investors. I don't come from money. All this stuff I've built up on my own. I've been in debt, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's scary. There's been times where I'm like, wait, I have to pay a bill that's like $3,000 in 2 days, and I have like 20 bucks to my name, and then all of a sudden some miracle happens where like I get a job like the next day, and or just something always happens because I have faith and I never gave up. So that's what I really want to share with you is, if you do want to be a hairstylist or a barber, I mean, it's a great industry, but I think you need to start thinking about options of how you can branch out to focus on building yourself more than maybe working in an environment that, it's less capacity. You're not getting as many clients. You're slaving away, risking your health for like $200 a week. You know what I mean? So it really depends on what you want. And again, now is the time to do it. So If you're an owner, if you've been shut down, you're trying to get back into it, certain states you can't even do anything. Like you can't even go in and try to work. You'll either get fined, and I know there's a lot of owners out there who have really tried and fought for the industry, and I admire you and respect you, and I wish you all the best and thank you for what you do. It's really tough on our industry. Think of other ways. Like I tell restaurant owners, you're not doing indoor dining anymore really, so why don't you start building your social media around how great your takeout is, and you know what I mean? Like do all that, quick, convenient. So with hair, think about other ways and other things you can do to try to make money based around whether it's virtual consultations. You can make maybe $200 a day just doing virtual consultations, building a brand, and there's so many ways to be creative thanks to the internet and thanks to social media. So look, I've been talking nonstop, and I just want to share my honest opinion about where I think the industry's at. It's in a tough spot, but now is the best time to start to be more creative and branch out and do different things, or things you've always wanted to do. Maybe you take out a small loan, right? And you just to survive. There's always ways to survive, right? That's what credit is for. That's what, people are like, oh, I'm bankrupt, I have no money, blah, blah. Yeah, but you have like 80,000 in credit you haven't used. It's time to tap into that just for the now in order to survive. It's what it's there for. There's nothing wrong with that. I've done it, I still do it. So, that's really what I can suggest. Is just stay strong, don't give up. So if you're in the industry, please let me know in the comments below if this has helped you, if this has pushed you to try something new, to be more confident, if this has uplifted you and revived you. I would love to know. So hang in there, stay safe, God bless you, and thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for more videos with the Salon Guy.